This video can save you thousands of dollars on your move to Toronto. Hey, it's Amanda here with the Moving to Toronto team. If you're thinking about moving to Toronto or the surrounding suburbs, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now so that you're the first to know about the current market here in Toronto. We love helping people just like you. So if you're thinking about moving to Toronto, whether that's in 9 days or 90 days, reach out to us. All of our contact information is down below. Are you moving to Toronto and want to save some money? Well, then this video is for you. Here are my best money saving tips when it comes to moving to Toronto. Number one is budget planning. By taking the time to plan and budget, you can avoid a lot of financial surprises and make your move to Toronto as smooth and cost efficient as possible. Having a clear budget helps you keep on track of your expenses, avoid unnecessary spending, and ensure that you're financially prepared for the move. A general rule of thumb is to have at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved as an emergency fund. Also, be prepared for upfront costs like security deposits, first and last month's rent if you are renting, proof of income, 3 times the month's rental amount, things of that nature. There are several online calculators and budget templates that are available that can help you estimate your expenses more accurately. Money saving tip. You can DIY when possible. Consider packing yourself instead of hiring packers, or renting a truck instead of hiring full-time services. Consider getting a roommate. This can ease the financial burden by splitting costs for both rent, utilities, and maybe even groceries. Opt for secondhand furniture from online retailers or thrift stores. They present a budget-friendly alternative to buying brand new ones. Consider using platforms like Facebook Marketplace. This can save you thousands of dollars when it comes to getting used furniture. All right, number 2 is finding a knowledgeable realtor. Get the help of a local realtor who is knowledgeable on the different neighborhoods of the city of Toronto. That is because choosing the right neighborhood can save you a lot of money. You want to compare either its housing or renting prices across all the different neighborhoods in Toronto to make sure that you're getting the best deal based on all of your needs. Money saving tip. Consider moving during the off-peak season, such as late fall or wintertime. This can give you more leverage. There's typically less demand during these times, and landlords and sellers might be more willing to negotiate to fill vacancies. Also, get a good realtor who can negotiate on your behalf. Number 3, understanding lease terms if you're renting. Let's talk about understanding the lease terms to avoid the hidden costs. It's critical to read your lease agreement carefully before signing anything. Here are some key points to look out for. First, check for any additional fees that might not be immediately obvious. These can include things like maintenance fees, utility charges, or pet fees. Make sure that you understand exactly what you're responsible for. Second, look at the clause related to rent increases. A question you want to ask, is this property under rent control or not? If so, this means that the landlord cannot increase the rent more than 1 to 2% each year. If it's not under rent control, they can increase it at any amount that they want. So look into this first and discuss this with the landlord. Ask them about the rent control because you don't want to sign anything that you're going to be surprised about later on. Third, you want to pay attention to the notice period required for ending the lease. Some leases require a 60-day notice, while others might ask for 90 days. Failing to give proper notice can result in extra charges or losing your security deposit. Fourth, be aware of the policy on security deposits. Understand the conditions under which your deposit might be withheld, such as damages to the property or unpaid rent. Knowing these terms can really help you ensure that you get your full deposit back when you move out. Finally, consider any clauses about subletting or breaking the lease. If your circumstances change and you need to move out early, knowing these terms can really help you avoid hefty penalties. Number 4 is finding affordable moving companies. If you do decide to hire movers, here are some tips to keep those costs low. First of all, get multiple quotes. Compare prices from different moving companies so that you find the best deal. Next, you want to read reviews. Look for companies with good reviews to ensure that you're getting quality service. Moving during the off-peak times, such as midweek or mid-month, can result in lower rates. Here are more strategies to save when it comes to packing materials. You want to use existing items. Utilize items you already have, like suitcases, laundry baskets, or reusable bags to pack your belongings. Also, buy used boxes. Check online marketplaces or local stores for used boxes, which can often be much cheaper than buying new ones or completely free. Number 5 is utilities and services. One of the crucial steps when moving to a new city like Toronto is setting up all of your utilities. Electricity, 2 water, 3 internet, 4 gas if applicable, 5 heating, 6 garbage and recycling services. Starting with electricity and water, it is a good idea to contact your providers ahead of time to ensure that everything is ready when you do move in. Toronto Hydro handles electricity, and you can usually find your water services through the city or your property manager. For finding the best deals, you want to consider these tips. Look for bundled services. Some companies offer discounts if you combine electricity, internet, and other services. So you want to look into those bundles. Check for promotions or discounts for new customers. Many providers offer special rates when you sign up for the first time, so go and do that research. Avoid hidden fees by reading the fine print in your services contract. Installation fees, equipment rentals, and early termination fees can add up quite quickly. Next up, let's talk about internet and mobile plans. Toronto has several service providers to choose from, including Bell, Rogers, and other smaller companies. To find the most cost-efficient plans, use comparison websites like WhistleOut or PlanHub. These sites allow you to compare prices, data limits, and contract terms across multiple providers. Another tip is to negotiate with providers. Don't be afraid to call and ask for a better rate or to match a competitor's offer. Number 6 is banking and currency exchange. Setting up your finances is crucial for a smooth transition. So here are some of the tips to help you get started. First, opening a bank account. Most major Canadian banks like RBC, TD, Scotiabank, and CIBC offer newcomer packages. These packages often include no-fee accounts and additional perks. Make sure that you have the necessary documents, passport, immigration documents, proof of address, and possibly a letter of employment. You want to compare banks. Do some research and compare the different banks that are out there. Look for ones that offer the best benefits for newcomers. You want to visit the branch. Visit a local branch with your documents. The staff will guide you through the whole entire process of opening an account. Now let's talk about exchanging currency. Getting the best rates can save you a lot of money. You want to avoid exchanging money at the airports. The rates are often the worst place, so do not go to the airports to exchange your money. Next, you want to use a local bank. Local banks often offer better rates than currency exchange kiosks. But it does matter which ones you go to because some are actually better than the local banks. So do your research, compare the rates first. I actually personally use Candar Currency Exchange because they normally do have the better rates. I go in person. This is an in-person location. So that's something that you could check out. That's personally the one I use just because they tend to have better rates. You can also consider online services. Online currency exchange services likewise can provide competitive rates and lower fees. Also, if you can, exchange larger sums at one time to avoid multiple transaction fees. That's also going to save you a lot of money. And always compare the online rates before making a decision. Number 7 is short-term living expenses. If you're moving from out of province or from a different country and you're looking to buy a house, you're going to want to make sure that you have a place to stay in the meantime. If you can stay with family or friends temporarily, that's great. But if you do not have that option, we do recommend that you do stay somewhere temporarily, at least 1 week early before closing to Toronto, and stay at your local Airbnb. This is a much better choice than hotels because hotels can be costly, right? And if you do have to come much earlier, like a couple of weeks before, an Airbnb is going to be better just because you could get a better deal the longer that you stay in the Airbnb. Now, the reason why you want to come earlier before closing is because you will need this time before the closing to meet your lawyer, get the inspection done, to get that paperwork signed off at the bank in person, and things of that nature. So there's a lot that goes on. So you need to come at least 1 week before. Number 8 is daycare. This tip is for families who are looking to move to Toronto who have small children. You want to lock in your daycare way before you actually make that move to Toronto. And that's because some of the top daycares in Toronto have a very long wait list. This is a really big issue in the city. So make sure that you get on that list as soon as possible. If you have any children between the ages of 0 to 6, you will want to look into your options and apply right away. Daycare is also a big expense here in Toronto. So that is something that you will want to put into your budget as well beforehand. There are also some government subsidies depending on the different programs, so that is something that you should look into as well. One of the major aspects of living in a new city is managing your daily living expenses. There is a lot to talk about on this topic, so we will be making a video all about it next. We'll be covering how to save money on your grocery shopping and also enjoy dining out and entertainment in Toronto without breaking the bank. So if you haven't yet hit that subscribe button and that bell notification right now so that you can be notified when that video does come out, which we will be releasing here shortly. And if you're thinking about moving to Toronto or the surrounding suburbs, go ahead, give us a call, text, or email. All of our information is down below. And if you want to see more videos like this right now, check out this one next. And until next time, guys, see you around the city and God bless.